In this lesson, we're going to look at time, the second of our three-zone structure odds enhancers. The odds enhancer time measures how long price spends basing at the supply or demand zone. A short time spent in the zone suggests more unfilled orders and a greater imbalance in the base. A longer time spent in the zone suggests fewer unfilled orders. Since we're looking for unfilled orders, it is not desirable to have a lot of candles inside the base. Now, to quantify this, simply count the number of base candles at the zone to get your score. The fewer candles, the better. Now remember, before we assess the quality of time at the zone, we've already isolated the base between two vertical lines, we've drawn the zone, and we've scored the strength of the zone. With the base isolated, all we do is simply count the number of basing candles in the zone. If the base has 1 to 3 candles, the zone gets a maximum score of 1 point. If the base has 4 to 6 candles, the zone gets 0.5 points or half a point. If the base has more than 6 candles, the zone doesn't get any points for the time odds enhancer. It's important to note that while it is better to have less basing candles, we need to have at least one basing candle. The major takeaway is that the less time price spends at the zone, the more out of balance supply and demand are at the zone. In our working example that we see here, we see there is only one base candle at the zone, meaning price spent a very short amount of time there. Based on our scoring method for time, the zone would get the maximum score of 1 point for the time odds enhancer. Now that we've scored the zone for time, we need to document our odds enhancer scorecard, which you can find within the Google Drive account. You can also access the scorecard by clicking this blue link within this document. At any rate, adding 1 point for time gives us a running total of 3 points out of the 10 total points on our odds enhancer scorecard. Before you move on, review the terminology and rules associated with the odds enhancer time. Also, go back to the demand zones that you drew in our previous videos. Go back to the demand and the supply zones and score those supply zones and those demand zones for time. Or start from scratch and draw new zones on your chart. Once you've drawn your zones and you've ranked their strength, you want to go back and then score the zones for time, both the supply and the demand zones. Okay, if your zone has 1 to 3 basing candles, then you're going to give that zone 1 point for time. If it has 4 to 6 basing candles, then it gets half a point for time. And if it has more than 6 basing candles, then it doesn't score any points for time. And anytime you are scoring a zone, whether it be for strength or time, if the zone doesn't score any points, you're going to delete that zone. You're not going to use it as an entry, whether you're going long or going short. All right. So go ahead and review that material from this video. Score your zones for time, both supply and demand, and I'll see you in the next video.